Country of origin is India. When I left, it was 31 years ago. I would say relatively stable in terms of economy, social as well as political situation. I was sponsored by my father, who already had been living in Canada, and he decided to migrate all of us for a better life, better education, better job opportunity. Not humorous though, it was confusing though. We didn't want to come to Canada, but in any case, when we did come, arrival was somewhat funny because we did not understand anything in terms of language. Like the cultural norms, the society, it was very different. It's not what we're used to. Positive thing was it's in terms of pollution in India, it's a lot, and it was very clean in that aspect. Better place. The biggest difficulty would have been the language itself, because arriving in Quebec, we absolutely knew no French whatsoever. You had to know French, so we had to take French classes. Yeah, it was mandatory in order for us to go by anything and to do anything, to be able to, acquire a new language. Took a lot of time. Obviously, it's extremely difficult, it's challenging, but without it, it would have been a nightmare, so it did help. A student at the time we migrated, so when I migrated, obviously had to remain a student to complete the education. Used to, I think it has deteriorated over the years. 31 years ago, it was a lot friendlier. The opportunities, it was a lot more easier to have access to like centers, schools, social services for you to integrate, but it has deteriorated over the years. I think Quebec do more if they want people to learn French. In terms of the origins, like the community organizations, there are a lot of mosques. If you're a Muslim, they help you integrate. If you're a Sikh, then the Gurdwara Sahibs help you. So these are the two main hubs that I was exposed to in terms of getting help in terms of the community organizations. They have always been very helpful. Well, number one is the religion and the language itself. It gives them a sense of identity to who they really are, and broadens their horizons, especially in terms of language, right? Learning French and English, it's inevitable that they're going to learn this, but preserving their own identity of their parents, I would say it's definitely a mix of both. We have to assimilate into the current society, and that's the beauty of Canada. I find again keeping your values of origin intact, but I guess as we progressed, we've assimilated really well into the Quebec society as well. This is home now, and at the end of the day, for visiting, yes, definitely it's a different story altogether. I was born there. I have roots, the culture and everything, but to be able to live there permanently, I don't know if I can do that. Being able to live a better life, I guess. There was a shock, cultural shock, language, everything. But over the years, when you learn the language, you adapt this culture, you assimilate, you integrate, things become easier, and you learn to appreciate the better value of life. Now, if someone was to ask me if I was to do it all over again, yes, I would do it. What would I change in doing so? I personally would educate language, that it's completely different, but there are ways, tools to be able to learn and adapt. So I would definitely recommend, but it all depends on their individual preference, right? I live here. I've been living here for 31 years, and consider myself a proud Canadian and Quebecois. So it's a better life, obviously, from the circumstances back home. So it all depends on what you're wanting to do. I have been integrated. If you cannot integrate in 31 years, I don't know what will integrate you or assimilate you.
Mes parents, ils viennent de la région de Punjab là-bas. Je crois que c'est un beau pays. J'aime bien là-bas, j'ai la famille là-bas. J'ai visité, je crois, genre 3 ou 4 fois dans ma vie. Mon père était venu ici pour des chances, une meilleure éducation. Mon grand-père était là du coup pour travailler. Et puis il a fait venir sa famille ici aussi pour un mieux futur. Et ma mère était venue là quand elle avait marié mon père. Quand je visite mon pays d'origine, j'aime bien que les gens, que j'ai ma famille là-bas, je sens à l'aise, il me fait sentir comme je suis plus à la maison. Et l'aspect que j'aime le moins, c'est la chaleur. Et nous, on visite dans les vacances d'été la plupart du temps. Alors je crois que c'est fait genre 10 fois plus chaud qu'ici. Je crois que comme une Punjabi canadienne, c'est vraiment difficile à adapter à la société car ils te disent ici que tu dois parler français de plus, tu dois pas être tellement que je suis trop culturée ici. Et puis quand je vais là-bas au Punjab, ils me disent que je suis trop canadienne. Alors comme ça, c'est un peu difficile car c'est difficile à adapter, que tu dois laisser ta culture un peu. La langue que je suis la plus confortable avec, c'est le punjabi. Je l'ai parlé toute mon enfance et je crois que ça me représente. C'est une grande partie de mon identité. Ça me représente comme une personne car je veux vraiment genre montrer que je suis une punjabi canadienne. Alors, je peux parler anglais et français, mais je vais aussi rester ma langue, elle reste une partie de moi. Mes parents, quand ils étaient venus ici, étudier français eux-mêmes. Je l'ai pas aidé tellement, mais genre parfois quand ils avaient besoin d'aide avec quelques interactions, quelque chose, je les ai aidés un peu. Mes parents, ils me rappellent pas vraiment. Ils me disent que c'était difficile de venir ici. Pas constamment. Ils me disent pas qu'ils ont sacrifié ça pour toi. J'ai fait tellement de sacrifices. Mes parents sont pas comme ça. Ma carrière, pas vraiment, mais en temps de mon éducation, ils veulent que je vá à l'université et je fais mon bachelor's. Puis ça, c'est un peu genre, car ils veulent vraiment que j'aille une bonne éducation. Ils n'ont pas des expectations spécifiques en tant que carrière. Je crois que c'est un peu strict quand on entend la langue française, alors je crois qu'ils peuvent améliorer leur système un peu. Les traditions ou les coutumes, je crois que c'est un peu plus strict avec la religion. Ils veulent vraiment que je conserve ma religion et je suis d'accord avec ça. En tant que culture, c'est plus ma langue et je suis d'accord avec ça aussi. Je veux préserver ma langue. Celui que j'ai laissé plus à côté, c'était vraiment genre les célébrations culturelles un peu. C'était pas si nécessaire que la langue et la religion. Moi, j'aimerais bien transmettre la religion et la culture. Et j'aimerais bien transmettre la religion à mes enfants. Je crois que je suis plus au milieu, comme je suis québécoise. J'identifie plus comme canadienne, mais une grande partie de moi, c'est même punjabi et je crois que je vais rester comme ça. Alors c'est un peu un mélange de. Immigrer dans le pays, Pas vraiment, pas pour rester là-bas, mais genre pour visiter, ouais. J'aimerais pas genre rester là-bas pour le reste de ma vie. Je crois qu'il y a des plus meilleures opportunités ici au Québec. Le meilleur cadeau qu'ils m'ont donné, c'était qu'ils m'ont offert genre une meilleure éducation à moi, des meilleures opportunités pour travailler et un meilleur futur. Ouais, il fait vraiment longtemps que mes parents sont ici au Québec, alors je crois qu'ils ont bien réussi à s'intégrer à la société québécoise. Genre, ils peuvent faire des conversations en français bien, mais genre, je peux améliorer mon français un peu. Ma communauté, je dirais, ouais. Name some rites of passage that you have experienced.
Rites of passage for me, marriage was one of the biggest one back in, so I would say almost coming close to 25 years now. Yeah.
What emotions did this bring you?
A lot. Joy, happiness, challenges as well at times, because there's a lot associated prior to it happening. But when you enter this rite of passage, or the institution of marriage, you realize that there's a lot more commitment and determination. So yeah, challenges as well, but joy as well.
Did you experience this rite of passage at a young age? If yes, what did it teach you?
Yeah, it was relatively young, mid 20s. So, and I think it was a conscious decision on my end to be able to settle down in life. And I definitely am extremely happy that I made that conscious choice, because it has helped me with my personal growth in learning about life, opportunities life has to offer, and experiencing it with my wife along the way. And at the end of the day, you create memories, journeys over the years that you cherish for the rest of your life, and as you live your journey and moving along as well.
Do rites of passage that mark the transition into adulthood make it easier for a person to enter and find their place in the adult group?
I don't know. Adulthood, like rites of passage, could be different. In my situation, being married, I was already a grown-up adult. Like when you're in your mid 20s, right now you might think that it's too early for marriage, but when you become an adult at 18 years old, then few years pass by, you realize who you are, your growth patterns and whatnot, and the sense of responsibility that marriage brings. I personally feel that it brings the better out of you as a person. It makes you stronger, it makes you more resilient.